Lazuli, Android 18. Lazuli, also designated as android number 18, by Dr. Gero, is an android, who was previously a human. She alongside her brother number 17, hunted down Son Gokū, where she would be absorbed by Cell. When she was an ordinary human, is the older twin sister of Android 17 and Gero's 18th android creation, designed to serve Gero's vendetta against Goku. While her interests do not initially deviate from this expectation, her curiosity to activate Android 16, in spite of Gero's orders not to do so, leads Android 17 to take it upon himself to rebel and murder Gero. Eventually, Android 18 becomes a member of the Z Fighters, as well as the wife of Krillin and the mother of their daughter Marron. After being expelled by Cell, she later joins the good side and marries Krillin and the mother of their first and only daughter, Marron. Appearance: 18 is considered as a lovely girl type at first sight. She has straight blonde hair and narrow blue eyes. She always wears some jewelry. Android 18 is a slender, curvy and beautiful woman of above average height and fair complexion. She has shoulder-length blonde hair, although its specific shade varied between light/golden or platinum that parts over her left temple, which she generally keeps tucked behind her ear. She consistently wears small gold hoop earrings on both ears. Her hair is apparently natural due to her not minding too much when future Trunks sliced parts of it off during his fight with her, in stark contrast to her future counterpart, who in the English dub threatened him for cutting off portions of her hair and claimed it could not grow back. She has a fairly small chest in the manga, while in the anime, her chest was implied to be large enough that Master Roshi, after their plane crashed, took the opportunity to plant his face in her bosom and smother his face within, leading to her nearly killing him. In the Android saga, when she is first activated by Dr. Gero, she wears a blue denim vest and skirt, with the red ribbon logo on the back of the vest, with dark blue tights, a brown belt, brown boots, and a black shirt that has white and black striped long sleeves. After her clothes were ruined in her battle against Vegeta, she changes to a Western-style outfit consisting of a brown armor vest and skirt with dark navy leggings, a blue-green long-sleeve turtleneck shirt, and brown cowboy boots. Later, when the androids arrive at Goku's house and throughout the Cell saga, she wears a black mini vest with a golden triangle pin, a white short-sleeve undershirt with a pearl necklace, dark teal jeans with a golden chain, a brown belt, a pair of short black gloves with a gold bracelet on the left one, and black flats with orange socks. When she is married to Krillin and living at Kame House, she wears a pale blue buttoned-up denim vest, white jeans, red hoop earrings along with a red bracelet on her left hand, and black flip-flops. Her blue eyes had a slightly darker coloration than last time. Later, at the World Martial Arts Tournament and throughout the Buu saga, she wears a black shirt with white and black striped long sleeves, blue jeans, a brown belt, and black flats with orange socks. It is noticeable that this outfit incorporates between her first outfit in the Android saga and her third outfit in the Cell saga, as the shirt, belt, and color scheme is taken from her first outfit, while the jeans and flats are taken from her third outfit. Personality: like her brother, Android 18 usually displays a cool and confident demeanor, especially in battle, although her sarcastic and biting humor is the most prominent trait of her personality. This is demonstrated when Goku takes notice of her assembly with the Dragon team at the 25th World Martial Arts Tournament, leading to the retort, "Look, he noticed. How cute." In Japanese she says, "Took you a while, idiot," as well as dryly saying, "Spare me," when Krillin reveals to Goku that not only have they married, but also had a child. Shortly after this, she is asked by the World Tournament announcer if her real name is legitimately number 18, to which she responds, "My father was pretty dull." In Japanese, she replies that it doesn't matter before tossing the number at the World Tournament announcer. Although she isn't characterized for this, 18 can be very curious if she is really interested in something, to the point of activating her comrade Android 16, and wondering what present she will give to her husband Krillin during a dispute of a wish with the others using the Dragon Balls. She often expresses herself in her cool and downplayed manner well into her marriage with Krillin, often smiling in a somewhat subdued fashion that conveys her very laid-back personality. In Super, however, she is often seen smiling. However, 18's sense of humor is not always tactful, as she jokingly expressed to future Trunks that she wanted reimbursement for him killing her alternate universe counterpart, much to future Trunks' displeasure. This is a rare instance where Android 18's humor was anything but tactful, as per her usual timing. This failure is likely due to Android 18 being unaware how murderous her counterpart was and how much future Trunks had suffered because of it, as she likely would have been more sensitive had she known the full extent of the destruction and suffering caused by her and her brother's counterparts. She is also shown to be rather prideful, though not to the same extent as her brother had been during the imperfect Cell saga. As an older sister and delinquent, and later as a wife and martial artist, Android 18 is shown to be outwardly commanding, insisting that she and her brother 17, and later she and Krillin, have to make strides to improve the family's financial situation, insisting Krillin to join the tournament for the prize money, forcing Mr. Satan into a deal about giving her 20 million zeni to the point of destroying his property and cowing him into multiplying the prize money 100-fold, wanting Shinron to grant her wish for a present for Krillin, and initially saying that she would only fight at the Tournament of Power if she gains a large sum of money for it, although she later decides to enter because she suspects that the tournament is not really a game. In Dragon Ball Z, Supersonic Warriors, Android 18 is hinted to dislike driving solely because of Android 17's insistence on driving around aimlessly without anything better to do. However, 18 still exhibits some of her sensitivity and even protective side, especially towards her twin brother, daughter, and husband. This is in stark contrast to her alternate self from future Trunks' timeline, where she is a murderous sociopath who cares for no one but herself and her brother, though this is mainly due to the fact that future Dr. Gero had altered future 17 and 18 to hate humanity, which never occurred in the main timeline. 18 also possesses a vast distaste if not outright hatred of violence against children, to the point that after witnessing Lord Beerus's attacks against Gotenks she lost her temper and proceeded to assault him, despite his decisively superior power. This is likely due to her instincts as a mother and fondness for her friends' children despite being frequently annoyed by the underage Super Saiyans. Unlike her brother, she, like Goku and any other fighter, sometimes has the tendency to let her guard down during battle, allowing her opponents to take advantage, primarily because of her cool and laid-back attitude, as demonstrated by Shosa in the tournament. Like her brother, she developed hatred towards Dr. Gero for modifying them against their will, though interestingly, she still uses the name number 18 instead of her original name Lazuli, and in the dub even refers to Dr. Gero as her father, albeit sarcastically, as he was the one who gave her the name number 18 when asked about her name during the World Tournament. It was this shared hatred and distrust of Gero that convinced 18 that Cell was only imitating 17's voice to trick her. Though she lacks her future counterpart's sociopathic and murderous personality, she does share her counterpart's love of shopping and interest in fashion, as well as taking care in maintaining her appearance and dislikes having her clothing or hair damaged in battle. In the anime, she is shown to dislike Chi-Chi's Chinese dresses while trying her clothes when the androids come to Goku's house looking for Goku. This is in contrast with her future counterpart who had no problem with the Chinese dresses she tried on while shopping for clothes during the History of Trunks special, showing that she and her counterpart apparently have different tastes in fashion. By the time of Dragon Ball Super, Android 18 seems to have grown kinder and more compassionate, is often seen smiling and is closer to Krillin and Marron compared to Z, where she is shown always folding her arms and looking withdrawn from her allies, like Vegeta and Piccolo, with the former before being accustomed to earthly society, only smiling when she sees her daughter and participating in some activities with others. Like in the God of Destruction Beerus saga, she participates in the Bingo tournament. When she encounters future Trunks after so many years, she is shown to be more kind and friendly to him than the last time they met, giving him a fist bump and joking about her future self's death. Android 18's close relationship with Krillin had led her to want to give a present for him, which she wanted to use the Dragon Balls to wish for a present. When Bulma told 18 that having her and Marron is better than having any present, she was struck with flattery, causing her face to blush, implying that she really loves her husband, and even cheers for him during Universe 6 and Universe 7's baseball match. In addition, she also ended up joining the Tournament of Power, not due to money, but because she suspected from both the increasing prize money, Goku and Gohan's increasingly desperate offers to have them join, and Gohan's serious disposition that the results if they lost the tournament would be very severe. However, she is cold towards her brother after reuniting with him for the tournament and tells Krillin not to force it when he tries to break the ice by initiating a friendly conversation with his brother-in-law. She also threatened to kill her brother if he mispronounced Marron's name as Marron a second time. However, this may be due to it reminding her of Krillin's ex-girlfriend Marron, where it could have been a sanctimonious, empty threat, indicating that she and her brother have grown distant since the Imperfect Cell saga. History. Android's arc. 18 alongside 17 are awakened by Gero, who is later betrayed by them and killed by 17. Before Trunks destroys the mountain where Gero's laboratory was located, she managed to take out number 16 capsule from the affected area, finally activating the machine. As they were heading their way to kill Goku, Vegeta puts himself on their way and challenged them to a fight, which 18 joins. At first both fighters seems to be equal on power, but it doesn't take long for her to overpower the Pride Scion, leaving him with some bleeding scars and breaking one of his arm in the process. Because of this, Trunks enters in the fight to aid his father. He is immediately assisted by Piccolo and Tenshinhan, but, unfortunately 18 and her brother prove to be stronger than them, and after finishing their short encounter she, alongside the other two androids, leave the area and continue with their mission to find and kill Goku. Cell arc. When they arrive at Goku's house they notice that he is no longer there. Android 16 suggests them that Goku might have gone to Kame Sennin's island and so they leave to that place. At their arrival, Piccolo offers them to fight in a nearby inhabited island, which they accept. 18 witness the fight between his brother and the Namekian until Cell shows up in the island. Because of the potential danger that Cell would represent if he manages to absorb both siblings, Android 16 advises 18 to run away from the area, which they later do after Cell manages to absorb 18's brother. Because of Cell's new form, he is faster and stronger for them to deal with him. After he knockouts and partially damage number 16, she realized that fighting him is pointless, and so she threats him of destroying herself if he tries to come closer. Before Cell could put his hands on her, Tenshinhan uses his new Kikaho to hold Cell so that 18 and 16 could go away from the area. After Tenshinhan's help, they hide in another island. After Cell blows up different island to lure 18 out of her hiding place, by coincidence Cell and Vegeta encounter take place on the island she was hiding, and moments later Krillin arrives at the same island and notices a hidden 18, and so he tries getting closer to her to use the remote control to shut her down. 18 notices his presence once he drops the device. After that he destroys it. After Vegeta gives Cell the chance to find 18, which he does, he goes straight to her with excitement, and as a precaution he uses Teoken to temporarily distract anyone that could interfere, and finally he absorbs 18. 18 is later regurgitated from Cell's body after Super Saiyan 2 Gohan gives him a serious beating. A short time after Cell destruction, she is transported to the Castle of God, where Den heals her, and with indifferent attitude she leaves the place. She loses the explosive device from her body along with 17, thanks to Krillin's wish to Shinron. She pretended to leave castle, but had secretly returned hiding from them to eavesdrop on their conversation. When Krillin said he wanted her to be happy with 17, she revealed that they're actually twins, suggesting she also had feelings for him, thanking him afterwards. This was later be confirmed when they married and had a daughter during the 7 years of peace that followed Cell's death. 25th Tenkaichi Budokai Arc. At the tournament, a preliminary match about strength takes place where the 15 strongest fighters will be allowed to participate. She enters by scoring 774 points in the punch machine, the highest score, but this changes when the arbiter asks her to redo it and scoring 203 points. After the preliminary phase ends, 18 and the other adult participants go and watch the tournament's Kid Division fight while they wait for their respective matches to begin. After the Kid Division fight ends, the tournament enters in a break until 1:40 p.m., which all the participants used to eat. After the break ends, all fighters gather where the announcer is. There they draw lots to arrange their matches. Mark becomes 18's opponent. As soon as Spopovich and Yama finish stealing Gohan's energy, they leave the tournament, returning to their master Babidi. They are followed by the East Kaioshin, Son Gokū, Vegeta, Piccolo, Kibito, Son Gohan, Videl, and Krillin. However, 18 remains in the tournament as she finds no point in helping if money is not involved. Dragon Ball Super Universe Survival Saga. During Goku's search for Universe 7's team members, he attempts to recruit 18 along with Krillin. She initially refuses, as she never works for free and has Marron to care for. She finally accepts after Goku tells her there is a prize for winning the Tournament of Power, although she is suspicious as to why he and Gohan are so desperate to recruit her for a game-like tournament. She observes Krillin's match with Gohan and further suspects this tournament is not really a game, based on Gohan's serious expression during the match. She expresses her concern for Krillin when he attempts to spar with Goku, noting the significant power difference between the two while also pointing out Krillin's Solar Flare X100 is a surprise attack and not meant for continuous use. Once Goku transforms into his Super Saiyan Blue form, she states that although Krillin cannot win one-on-one against Goku, the Tournament of Power is a battle royale. When the beam struggle between the two is not going in Krillin's favor, she interrupts the fight by kicking Goku's Kamehameha 2 into the sky, sending both Krillin and Goku backward. She then runs to Krillin's side, telling him the match is not over yet, reminding them that the tournament will not be a no-rules fight to the death, but a battle royale. Goku calls off the match, saying he learned what teamwork should be like, and he is counting on both Krillin and 18 in the tournament. 18 reveals that she has kept in contact with 17 and that he works at a wildlife reserve, though she never asked where it was. Afterward, she is seen training alongside Krillin for the Tournament of Power, although because of how violent the training looked, onlookers were led to believe it was a couple's dispute gone too far. After gathering the entire Universe 7 team, with Frieza replacing Good Buu at the last minute, the team along with Beerus, Shin, and Whis were transported to the Null Realm with the help of the Grand Minister. Later, the Great Priest emerged from the center of the arena and explained the rules for the tournament once again. Gohan then goes over the plan to stick together with 18 agreeing to do her best alongside Krillin and the rest of her team. But as soon as the tournament began, Goku left the group to fight top with 18, 17, Vegeta, and Frieza following suit. She was then seen fighting with Kokot, exchanging punches and kicks. 18's first elimination happened off-screen, having shown to have defeated and knocked off Sorrel. After Universe 9's defeat and erasure, she met up with Android 17 and where they discussed the advantage of their infinite stamina. She later fought against Shosa from Universe 4, quickly defeating him. However, Shosa was playing dead and surprised her with a sneak attack and a barrage of ki blasts. She was about to be forced off the ring when Krillin catches her and saves her from falling. Android 18 and Krillin regrouped and knocked out their opponent with a combined attack. They were also confronted by Majora, another Universe 4 fighter who was immune to Krillin's Solar Flare X100 due to his blindness. She then observed the fight between Majora and Krillin, which resulted in her husband's victory. Krillin then let his guard down and Frost knocks out Krillin with a sneak attack. Angered, she attempted to engage with Frost but he managed to escape by creating an explosion with a ki blast. After Krillin's surprise knockout, 18 scolds him for letting his guard down and reminds him of all the money he spent on training equipment. When the Pride Troopers challenges Goku and the Universe 6 Scions, 18 goes to assist Goku with the Universe 11 fighters. She manages to take out Tupper and Kokot by throwing them both off the fighting stage. When 17 was having trouble with Kakunsa, 18 offers 17 a helping hand, but the latter refuses and decides to get serious. After Goku's battle with Kefla, 18 and 17 reappear with 17 noticing 18's injured leg, so he binds it with his sleeve. They race back to assist an exhausted Goku when Universe 2 closes in. Rosie chooses to take on 17 to avenge her teammate, while Ribrian fights 18. Unable to land a hit on 18, Ribrian becomes annoyed and orders 18 to stop running and fight her properly. 18 responds that she isn't here to fight, but is here to win, stating that the lives of her husband and daughter are on the line. After finding out that the bald man cheering 18 on is actually 18's husband Krillin, Ribrian shows her disgust by calling him ugly for not having a nose. She continues to chastise 18 for having tried objectives and accuses her of not knowing what love is. Enraged, Ribrian launches herself at 18 but hits a wall instead. She picks herself up and uses her Maiden's Charge on 18. Unable to dodge the attack because of her injury, 18 was about to be hit by Ribrian when 17 interrupts her with a swift kick that sends her into a wall. Rosie tries to launch a surprise ki blast attack on the androids but hit Ribrian after they dodged it. Noticing the lack of coordination between Ribrian and Rosie, 18 and 17 were able to coordinate and make Ribrian hit Rosie with a max love cannon that was meant for 18. Ribrian rushes to aid Rosie but flies straight into a high-pressure energy wave from 18, bringing her back down to her base form. As Rosie struggles against the attack from Ribrian, 17 was able to blow Rosie off the stage with a ki blast. Assuming she has won, 18 dodges a small ki blast from the now depowered Brienne de Chateau only to find herself caught in Brienne's trap move, Big Amour. All of the Universe 2 fighters and its inhabitants then take this cue to send their love to Ribrian, transforming her into her ultimate lovely love Ribrian form. Believing this was her end, 18 closes her eyes and scenes of Krillin calling her name flash before her. Krillin's voice continues until she realizes she is actually hearing Krillin calling from the stands. Inspired, 18 powers up to break out of Big Amour, just in time to meet Ribrian's fist of love with a punch of her own. 18 follows up with another blow that shatters Ribrian's fist and proceeds to run up her arm. Ribrian fires an energy wave from her mouth towards 18 but 17 returns at the perfect moment to protect them with his barrier. 17 tells 18 to finish it, to which she jumps to destroy Ribrian's remaining fist. Using the shattered pieces as footing, 18 launches herself towards Ribrian, overcoming her final energy wave to punch a hole clean through the avatar's head. Afterward, Krillin and 18 exchange thumb-ups and smile at each other. Shin, who is adored by the display of love between the two, calls Krillin her Big Amour. Not taking kindly to that, 18 grazes Shin's cheek with a finger beam and with a sinister look on her face, simply tells him that's enough. In the Japanese version, she threatens to kill him. Shin, horrified at almost being killed, apologizes. After finishing off Ribrian, 17 and 18 rejoin Goku to finish off Universe 2. Uncharacteristically, 18 plays along with Universe 2's obsession with monologues and follows 17 in giving herself an over-the-top introduction, referring to herself as the goddess of Universe 7. She fights alongside 17 and Goku to put the remaining warriors on the brink of defeat. In their last stand, the Universe 2 fighters launch their ultimate attack, Pretty Black Hole, trapping the three of them. The trio seemed lost until Goku fired an SSB Kamehameha to finish off Universe 2. During Universe 3's all-out attack on Universe 7, 18 works with 17 to take down Bayera's supreme defense. Eventually, the twins are able to break through his armor and they mock his strategy before 18 finally kicks him off the stage. 18 and 17 get involved again when the remaining Universe 3 fighters merge to form Agnalasa. 18, 17, Goku, Gohan and Vegeta all try to attack from different sides to confuse the monstrosity, but it quickly counters all of them. Agnalasa changes strategies and starts catching his enemies. 18 was caught and was about to be eaten by Agnalasa when Goku saves her with instant transmission. Agnalasa then attacks all of the fighters with intense energy waves, pushing them all back. 17 was especially vulnerable as he was close to the edge of the ring. Noticing this, Agnalasa fires a large mouth energy wave at 17, destroying his barrier and knocking him off the stage. 18 jumps off after 17 and grabs onto him. Confused, 17 asks what is she doing. 18 tells him that it was all up to him now and kicks 17 back onto the stage, eliminating herself instead. After being eliminated, 18 apologizes for losing, but Krillin comforts her, telling her she did more than her fair share. Following her elimination, she watches her remaining comrades battling against Jiren and also became concerned and worried to her brother 17. After 17 had won in the Tournament of Power and made a wish for the Super Dragon Balls to restore all of the universes had been obliterated after their eliminations in the tournament, she came to her brother's aid and telling about his own wishes and dreams, only for 17 to tell her that it will be petty to make a wish for himself rather than all of the universes and its inhabitants remain dead and obliterated, and why he decided to wish back to restore all of the universes. 18 is later seen talking to 17 in their cell phones, finally reconciled their family relationship as 17's dreams came true when he rode one of Bulma's cruise ships being lent by Vegeta due to him as the winner of Tournament of Power. Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. Android 18 along with her brother show up suddenly on the battlefield during Moro's initial assault on Earth and kicks Shimareka in the face. Piccolo is glad to see them there due to the androids not having chi that can be absorbed by 7-3 using Moro's ability. Android 17 and Android 18 then prepare to fight 7-3 and Shimareka, with Android 18 saying that she is there because she is being paid 10 million zeni by Capsule Corporation, to which Android 17 says makes them sound like mercenaries. Android 18 proceeds to battle and outmatch Shimareka in their battle until it is called off with the arrival of Moro and Sagambo. Sagambo steps forward and asks if he can take care of them as Moro shares some of his power with him. Android 18 and the others then find themselves greatly overpowered even while all working together. Later, she watches the battles from the sidelines, asking Piccolo if Goku has come back stronger and can defeat Moro. Ultimately, he is unable and Moro goes to finish him off, but along with Android 17, they are able to save him. The two tell Moro that they do not have life energy to be absorbed and proceed to attack him, performing the super electric strike that barely leaves a mark. The brief battle is put on halt after Vegeta returns and takes over. Unfortunately, Moro acquires even greater strength and Android 18 is forced to intervene again along with her brother, but they are taken down before they even have a chance to land an attack. Ultimately, after one final push, Ode to Ub, Goku defeats Moro once and for all. Android 18 and the rest of her friends and family celebrate their hard-earned victory afterwards with a feast at Satan House. Abilities. Lazuli was designed by Gero to be weaker than Lapis in the hopes that she would prove easier to control than he was. After her modifications, Lazuli is an extraordinarily powerful individual, stronger than the Super Saiyans Vegeta, Son Gokū, and future Trunks before their training in the Room of Spirit and Time, as well as being stronger than both Son Goten and present Trunks. Upon further training for the Tournament of Power, she was easily able to fight the Pride Trooper Kokot and ultimately defeated her. And she was also able to nearly single-handedly defeat Ribrian, a fighter capable to matching Goku and Vegeta at their current level of power. Body modifications. Due to Dr. Gero's experiments, she possesses an infinite energy supply which allows her to fight endlessly against opponents. Her body is durable to the point she can survive a Super Saiyan Vegeta's attacks and powerful Ki Blast. She was able to block Trunks' Sword Strike, which caused it to crack. Power. Thanks to the restructures that Dr. Gero made on her body, she is strong enough to match and surpass the strength of both Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks, before their training in the hyperbolic time chamber, as well as withstanding energy blasts from the former, ending with only little scratches on her body. During the Android saga, Android 18 is extremely powerful, able to easily overpower the typical Super Saiyan. Her raw strength is able to casually break free from confines like handcuffs and just as effortlessly lift and toss large vehicles. Her most noteworthy and beneficial trait in battle is her continuous and virtually infinite energy supply, which prevents her from becoming exhausted while also augmenting her attacks. Her augmented might was first demonstrated when she fights Super Saiyan Vegeta. Despite Vegeta's power being far greater than expected, thanks in part to Vegeta losing stamina while she did not, Android 18 quickly overwhelmed Super Saiyan Vegeta once getting serious. Despite the Saiyan Prince landing some blows of his own, Android 18 emerged basically unscathed. Even more, she casually blocks future Trunks' Sword Strike with her bare wrist, causing the mighty steel blade to shatter upon contact. Ultimately, in addition to Android 18 being far too strong for the Earth protectors, future Trunks even noted that her power is considerably greater than her future counterpart, as the future warrior could hold his own for a period of time against the future androids. However, Android 18 is considerably weaker than Android 16 and Imperfect Cell, who had absorbed several thousands of humans. 7 years later in the Majin Buu saga, despite having settled down, 18 has seemingly trained as she is now capable of using the Destructo Disc. She proves strong enough to fight on par with and eventually defeat Super Saiyan Trunks and Goten simultaneously, who were disguised as Mighty Mask. In the Golden Frieza saga, during Frieza's resurrection and second assault, 18 initially insisted on helping on the front line against Frieza's army, noting that she was still much stronger than the non-Saiyan members of the Z fighters, to which Krillin talked her out of it as he felt more confident in her ability to protect their daughter than he could. During the Universe Survival saga, Android 18 was selected to join Team Universe 7 for the Tournament of Power. In the anime, she displays her power by kicking away Super Saiyan Blue Goku's Kamehameha away when he clashed with Krillin. During the tournament, in the manga, she was able to quickly overwhelm Prum, ultimately launching him off the arena to eliminate him. Simultaneously, her launching of Prum also hit Jimizu, eliminating the second foe as well. Against Ribrian, 18 initially was pressured by the vain foe. 18 managed to evade and resisting her various attacks, until Kakunsa and Rosie jumped in to hold 18 down. However, when shocked that ugly 18 was married to the gorgeous Krillin, the knowledge rattled Ribrian, making her power waver too much to harm Android 18. This ultimately let 18 break free and overpower the trio. As she was prepared to eliminate the trio, 18 was eliminated by a sneak attack from Gamasalas. In the anime, she is able to fight evenly with Kokot and easily defeated Sorrel. She and Krillin were able to knock Shosa out of the arena with their team tactics. She was able to easily dodge Kozural's Justice Saber. Her ki blasts were strong enough to damage Tupper's stone form, and she was also able to effortlessly lift Tupper with one hand, something base Goku wasn't capable of doing even with both hands. During her fight with Ribrian, 18 largely held the advantage, mostly dominating her long enough to force the opponent back into her base form. Against Lovely Love Ribrian, 18 was still able to overpower and eliminate the Universe 2 fighter. She also appears to be significantly more powerful than Shin, the Universe 7 Supreme Kai, as a mere scowl and nick on his face from a small beam made Shin cower in fear of her. Later on, Android 18 was overwhelmed by the intense gravity of the pretty black hole. Android 18 was pressured by Gamasalas, as the latter was invisible. Alongside Android 17, Android 18 was able to break Bayera's armor and was also able to kick him out of the arena. Against Agnalasa, Android 18 was overwhelmed by the giant warrior, almost being eaten, however, she was saved by Goku. When Android 17 almost fell out of the arena, 18 jumped pushed 17 back towards the arena, letting herself be eliminated in the process. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, Android 18 is able to overwhelm Shimureka. When faced with the empowered Sagambo, Android 17, Android 18 and Jocko choose to retreat from the fight. Even fighting together, Android 17 and Android 18's heaviest attacks are barely enough to make Moro flinch, though he is impressed by their power and wishes he could steal it.
If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.